Great for air filters.
Yeah.
I've seen Aliens. I know how to crash a plane.
Yeah. So yeah, industrial-sized water filters.
So we also got to find some, like, a waste management place. Or water waste place.
Mm-hmm.
Which there's got to be one somewhere in this county.
There would be. You know, probably around the area of Frederick. Maybe not in the city itself. It's not something that Fletch spotted.
Yeah, I don't know if Baltimore's water system would actually go out that far.
No. Say, my city, for example, which also does feed the county, it definitely does have a water treatment plant.
So we gotta find that if we want to get large filters.
And Frederick is about maybe 20,000 people bigger than my city, so yeah, I think it stands to reason there'd be a water treatment plant there.
Size-wise, it looks like Hagerstown and Frederick might both have water treatment.
You could definitely go up to Hagerstown. The last time you folks saw any of that, it was on fire.
Yeah, but I mean, usually, like, nobody wants to live next to the water treatment, so it's usually, like, on the outskirts.
NIMBY, not in my backyard.
Yeah. So maybe it's out by that river or something.
There's one in Summer Meadow.
Huh. I'm assuming Summer Meadow's just been, like, nuked at this point. It's just gone.
That's where the source is. And the zombie queen.
So, okay, are we agreed then we need to find water and water filters with electronics as a secondary for our first?
Yeah, and food's a good idea, too.
Yeah, that's well, yeah, like, I assume there are certain things that are always on the lookout type items.
Mm.
Okay.
Huh. That's interesting.
What's up?
I was just looking at what's going on in Frederick, Maryland. There is a United States Army fort there.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it's
in the
Fort
1940s
Drake.
was host to the. It's an actual fort in Frederick called Fort Detrick. It was the United States biological weapons research lab.
If only that were being discussed in character.
Yeah,
like,
but we don't
like
know.
Trusty
If
Tony
only
finds like
we
a
had
little.
the internet in character.
I know. Trusty Tony finds a pamphlet that's like, oh,
Fort?
no.
It just happens to be like down in the corner under the sofa.
Look, if you can find a creative way for Trusty Tony to somehow mention that in character, I will give it to you.
It's in the glove box.
Nah. Nah, I have none.
It's right there!
I think if anyone was going to mention it, might be either the army guys or maybe Land.
I'm not going to mention it. It's just something that popped up. I'm like, interesting.
Okay. I'm glad you Googled the city.
I want to know things.
Why do you want to know things that you shouldn't know? It diminishes the roleplay value.
Spoilers.
Right, spoilers. Bad, Jordan. Bad.
Damn it.
So,
The NPCs will not assent with the idea of water being a priority, and as such trying to find one of those tankers.
and also, it's obviously on everybody's mind, so going and dealing with that arm is definitely, I think, a priority issue. Is that pretty fair assumption?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
It's something I would like to happen
It's
sooner rather than
kinda-
later.
Because it's definitely something we need to take care of before we start doing a shitload of work down in that lab as well.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Which one do we want to deal with first?
Whichever is least likely to have to involve me beating something to death. 'Cause,
The arm?
yeah, the arm.
It's already dead. You can't beat it to death.
Yeah.
Every time we go out, there's a chance we might encounter hostiles.
Crash will speak up. I think getting the tanker is the most important thing that there is. All the other concerns are secondary, especially if that's Lab
that's a good
White's
point.
only problem.
Because that's also the only problem with surface farming if we have to.
Yeah, water's the big thing.
So long as we can take care of the irrigation, and as a secondary, maybe if we can find any drill equipment as well that Jax can use to start going underground, but First off, tanker, we know there's a clean water supply in Artesia. We can use that to our advantage. And Fletch, you said that you have seen some tanks, maybe not in the most convenient of spots. We would have to land the helicopter and get it inside of it, but we could certainly do that.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it would fit, but if you think it would...
Ace is like, the fuck it would.
I'm pretty sure, like, just from walking through the back of that thing, it looks like the helicopter is made for, like, Humvees, not semis.
Yeah, that's basically what he says. The fuck it's gonna fit an entire semi-tanker in it. Could
it lift an empty semi-tanker?
He says, yeah.
If we drove the cab out, could it lift the tanker? Because navigating one of those tankers out would be hell.
Ace says, yeah, you just have to make sure that it's securely strapped to the chopper.
If not, we got a few more to try.
That's going to take time to ensure that all those straps are applied properly. I have the tools for it.
It's an option.
Yeah. Fucking Crash thinking that a damn summer. This Crash says, look, you know, fine.
Fair enough.
Fine, yeah.
I guess you're right.
Do we have what we would need to strap up a tanker?
Ace will confirm that he does have numerous straps of all kinds for, like, hauling, you know, equipment that cannot be stored in the copter. It could be worked, but if he's going to be flying the copter anyway, that means that you folks are going to have... Whoever's on the ground would have to be the ones who are strapping it.
Is it capable of lifting a full tanker just in case the one we find isn't empty?
Honk, honk.
Ace thinks about it and says, if necessary.
Alright. On the map, where roughly are the ones that I remembered seeing?
Let's see.
You can just paint red dots or something for all I care.
Sure. You go ahead. Not a whole lot of detail that could be shown on this map.
No, that's why just to get an approximation of where they would be.
We go ahead.
Also, like where those major survivor buildings are wouldn't be a bad thing to see.
Okay. We'll go ahead and make...
We'll figure all the characters are around a map, and I'll be pointing them out.
Alright, let's see here. We'll draw a gas tanker that you saw... Nah, I need to make that brush bigger. Let's go ahead and make that a size 5. Let's say there, along that road, further a bit south, there. So 6 locations of tankers that you spotted, and they are basically in gas station areas. As for the buildings that noted, the health department, that 9-story tall building is right there. You have one of the 2 high schools, which is located around there. Let me think here. The prison, I noted, was further south, so you'd have that somewhere around, we'll say, here. And finally, there was the... use your mind, Grimith. Think.
Police station?
Police station. Yeah, that'd be pretty close by, too. We'll say around there. And there's a few fire departments. We'll go ahead and mark one there and there. And there might be a few others, but you didn't spot them.
All pretty centralized then.
Yeah.
If we wanted to limit the exposure of the helicopter, then this would probably be one of the better tankers to go for. Also, potentially the one down south. I don't imagine the prison had a lot of guns in it when it started, but it might by this point. I mean, the police station and school, we know both those have guns in them.
For the prison itself, you weren't able to get too good of a look at that, so you don't know the exact condition, except for the fact that there are quite a large number of zombies around it.
Did it look like they were being held back on a perimeter, or that
Yeah, it was
all
a
the
perimeter.
fences were down and everything?
It was a large perimeter that was keeping the zombies in check. So the perimeter is still intact. You didn't see anyone manning the walls, but the zombies themselves could not scale the walls.
Right. Come on, people. Thoughts, opinions?
Oh, I don't really have a preference on which one we go for.
I like the closest one because it's
I kind of like the idea of the school because that strikes me as somewhere that might have some food.
It's definitely an option.
The school is the northernmost dot, right?
Yeah.
So there is a tanker close to that one as well.
The prison very probably might have some as well.
I'm not sure which one would have worse food, but yeah.
I don't care much about worse so much as I care about most.
Yeah.
Prison. There we go. And the lime green represents tankers that were spotted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I think I like the closest tanker because if we get lucky and we find one with, is empty, we can go fill it up in Artesia, and if it's full of gas, hey, it's full of gas. We could use that.
Do we have the vertical lift to take one that's full of gas, though?
Well, it would give us options. Think about it. We can go to the sporting goods places or whatever, those places that have generators, and we can.
It would give us options.
It would.
Worst case scenarios, we could just
Really, anything that we pick up at this point gives us options, but gas is handy, especially if it's full of diesel, because those generators run quite a while.
Yes.
So north or west? I like the idea of the north one as well because of the high school.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then why don't we go halfway between them and go this one?
What would the point be?
Compromise?
The idea is to be the one closest to the high school if we're going to also check the high school.
True.
Although the high school has people in it, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know if the people are good.
Or if they're still there.
It's just using logical deduction at
Well,
this point. From your
Yeah,
experience with the zombies.
based on what we've seen the zombies do, they looked like they thought people were inside.
Okay.
It's usually a pretty good indicator.
No. If we're lucky, they'll
It kind of reminds me of the church, actually, the way it looked. Without the doors busted open. Well, maybe some of them are busted open, I couldn't tell.
Is there a church? Did you see any churches?
I wasn't paying much attention.
Are there churches in a city of 60,000 plus? Yes.
Not a single one. The first atheist city in America.
Yeah. But it's not like Fletch would consider that important enough to go, there's a church there and there and there.
I don't know, the last one we raided had AR-15s and swords and shit in it.
We should be checking churches more often, man. Just saying.
Well, according to Fort Zombie, churches are, one of the more dangerous locations in the entire game. You got multiple mill zombies in there.
Yeah, well. Barring anyone else going for the far west one, I will say we can go to the north one. Because people are like, let's go to the high school. And I'm like, okay. I don't want to go to the high school because I get shot again, but whatever.
Well, if you didn't, run blindly into every room.
It was clear.
Wasn't a room,
Weird.
it was a hallway.
Yeah.
He didn't run into a single room.
It looks clear.
Good enough.
Just turn that fucking corner.
So, plan high school first, then tanker, tanker first, then high school. We want to get dropped off at the tanker, get it hooked up and everything, and flying out, and then we make our way down to the high school, or what?
Jack says, I vote trying to get the tanker first. I don't want to have to deal with survivors until we secure our primary goal.
Works for me.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
How are we going to get the cab out? Try to get it on the interstate?
Beep, beep.
Might be blocked. Or do we want to try to just find a loose cab somewhere else?
I think it would be easier to try to find a loose cab somewhere else. Hopefully on the outskirts, perhaps. Maybe a desperate
Maybe even
driver.
some truck stops around here.
Right. Maybe a desperate driver detaches his load, tries to gun for it. Zombies happen.
Works for me.
It would be that easier for what you say. It's a clusterfuck there in Frederick. I wouldn't want to drive anything out of there.
Oh, it's going to be balls to the wall from the moment we touch ground.
Man, why couldn't you pretend it was going to be okay?
Because nothing's okay anymore, Eugene.
Yeah, okay.
Speaking of, how are we looking on ammo? I'm down to less than a full clip of pistol.
Let me check.
I had nothing to start with but a bat, and can't really use that right now.
Trusty Tony's got one last clip of ammo for his 9mm.
Poke them.
And of course, Aaron's out. There's the 22 civilian rifle ammo that you guys had.
There are. And, I mean, it is what it is. I think Breaker had some ammo as well.
Yeah. The NPC military guys had divided his secondary ammunition for themselves, but there's still the squad automatic weapon, which no one except for...
Let's face it, they would have a much better chance of picking that up than we would.
Yes, they at least have the military background and training. None of you do.
I think Tony once fired an automatic weapon, and Potman once fired a handgun as fast as an automatic weapon.
Hey,
Jax
Pot knows how to mag dump.
Jax is the one who has the best familiarity with that, but he wouldn't want to take it on this.
Plus, he's large enough he can, like, one-hand it.
No. Well, I suppose...
249 in one hand, M16 in the other. Or M4.
That's a terrible image.
Terrible or...
This is not
amazing.
a C-rated horror movie, damn it. This is B-rated.
Moving straight into the grindhouse.
God.
We don't want the straight to ABC release here.
Shit. Straight to TV.
God damn it.
Straight to video doesn't even make it to television.
Is that worse?
This shit needs a lot more porn in order for us to go down that low, and we don't have that.
I'll get to work.
Get to work.
So high school then, so we can make that. Because you know it's in high school.
So high school then.
Can we be in the helicopter now?
Food?
Yes, food. Let's go with food. That's what I was referring to.
Food.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah, Fletch is thirsty though.
You definitely weren't referring to Fletch's proclivities.
No idea what you're talking about. So that helicopter.
Alright, helicopter.
But you ramble your way away from that school.
That in mind,
I'll
considering
ramble all over that school if I want to.
That's kind of my point.
considering the situation and the stakes involved, think about the NPCs here, thinking about who's going to be going among all of them. To say, considering how, how much work might be required to strap down a situation, we don't know what all is going to be required. Think just about every NPC is going.
Even if most of them are going to ride back with the helicopter, if we stay on the ground for a short bit, like, if we were to do that, do we have any way of distance communication with the helicopter?
The helicopter, just with it, no. Like, your personal radios just don't reach that far.
Not even like a flare gun or anything?
Well, if you want to fire a flare, let's see here. I do think there would be one inside the helicopter with, 2 shots in it.
It's gonna turn out being some stupid shit where somebody shoots the helicopter down with a flare.
You mean perfect?
Like, you've not fired a flare gun, but that does exist as a means to communicate with it. Yeah. Specialized.
Or were they 10 gauge? I don't remember.
Let's see here.
So once we get the tanker hooked up, do we want to foot it to the school or fly over there or what? Because we're gonna have a tanker. Says, dangling below the helicopter.
Says, I think the priority would be getting the tanker out.
So...
Yeah, I think we mostly just hit up the school if the tanker doesn't have what we need in it.
On the flip side, I don't want that to make more trips than is necessary. I don't want to deliver the tanker and then come back and then leave again.
Right, I'm not sure we're going to really find too many helicopter gas stops around here.
Even then... How do we plan on getting to or inside the school or even affecting any of the survivors in it?
I have no doubt we could get into the school. The survivors might not be happy about it, but we have ways of getting into places.
We have means.
With it completely covered and surrounded by zombies?
Yeah. Just shrug.
Even Tony's gonna be like, huh.
Let's see here. All those NPCs are gonna go. Samantha, no. No. She's
gonna stare at the wall, petting the kitten.
Yep, it's gonna go. Lance, for fuck no, is not going. Not during day. Alfonso would pretty groggily go along. He'd wake himself up. He's pretty interested in this. And it'll be Missy, who will stay on the roof, just in case. Not like she can do much of anything, but just in case.
Just in case.
There we go. So yeah, it's most of the NPCs who will go along.
What was the clip size on the rifles? Was it 10?
I think it was the full 10.
And I'd like to bring along the rifle with the +2 scope or whatever.
Sure.
And, 2, we'll say 3 clips of ammo for it.
Alright.
How much ammo do we have altogether?
We had 59 bullets for it, I think.
Because I was gonna just take a rifle with Trusty because worst case scenario is I'm shooting with a +1.
Yeah, I'll just take 2 clips of ammo then if you want to take some of it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take one with a full mag.
Yeah, so that'll be 10 if I take 2
because we
clips.
we can't be caught in a stand-up fight for any length of time.
Okay, so I'm bringing 20 rounds of ammo. You got 10.
No, I still have my 9mm.
Anybody else want a rifle? We have an abundance of them.
And you get a rifle. And you get a rifle.
Potman will feel safer with a rifle than without.
Here you go, Potman.
Well, Oprah up in the shit.
Never shot one, much less with a wrecked arm. Gonna just stick
You want to stay here? No, wait. You can still carry things with your good arm.
I can carry things, but that's about it.
She can still carry a lot, probably.
Yeah.
Probably can still carry my ass around.
It's her 200 EV max load or whatever.
Okay, well.
Watch out, guys, because she's bearing a wide load.
I don't think that means what you think it means.
Yeah, no, that feels like it's innuendo.
Is this 22 LR?
Was that Crash talking? Because
That was Grimith talking. Crash would not say something like that.
Yes, it's 22 LR.
22 LR.
Making sure.
Okay.
Same
Trusty.
powder that's still buried in my arm.
Go ahead and drag your PC
Yeah,
tokens
well,
over here.
was Missy able to get that out in the week?
That was never asked for. Never tried.
I think it was mentioned at the end of last session.
Chris didn't give me anything to go on during the 2 weeks.
Yeah. The first week was my
Son
fault.
of a
The
bitch.
second week was family.
You know, I noted that, like this guy by him, like I got nothing from Chris, so I'm gonna assume the cat does nothing but stare at the crippled arm.
She just sits there, like, rolling the bullet around inside the arm for a week.
Willing it out.
It'll eventually come out.
And then when that didn't work,
Used a
She
file.
died of infection.
Sure. Gangrene. All right.
Sepsis.
That'd be probably the saddest way to have a character go.
And your character dies in the zombie apocalypse of sepsis.
and your character dies of an infection creeping up your limb. Wait a second, where have I
Your
heard that
character
before?
dies of inaction during downtime.
Yeah.
Good job misappropriating your time warp. You're dead.
You
Come
forgot
on,
to mention that you would be eating and drinking during the time warp?
That's right.
Well, that
anyway.
sounds like a personal problem.
Helicopter ride time.
Yep.
All right. I went ahead and gathered all 12 of the participants onto a particular map. I could have moved it closer to the
That's work.
other map. Whatever.
What
Put
work?
it there. And Ace takes off, flying rather quickly for Frederick. Let's see, you guys are leaving in late morning, perhaps even early afternoon by this point. So some tie in the sky. And sure enough, as it was several days ago, whenever Ace and Crash and Fletch went to investigate it, sure enough, there's thousands of zombies milling about the fucking city. Still congregating around those buildings that that Fletch had noted. So the zombies are still active. That's good. The helicopter, of course, arrives with great fanfare and noise. Ta-da! Angels arrive, the clouds part. There's a glowing light that appears in the cosmos.
The most corrupt angels ever appear.
As the helicopter ends up arriving and reaching the one location of several where use your words, Grimith, where a Fletch had noted a tanker. It's a rather small tanker, all things considered. To overturn, there is a cab attached. It's actually on its side. It appears, at least from
Whoa.
the air here, that there's like warning labels, especially on the back, flammable material. It has like some sort of gas station-y label. Insert fake gas station name. Maxon, yeah, or some sort of stupid shit.
67.
I remember hearing about the Maxon Valdez back in the day.
And Ace does a sweep around to ensure that it's alright to hover, and he'll actually begin to lower the copter.
As far as walker numbers below us, what are we looking at?
Around the tanker itself, not any immediately around, but you're looking at maybe 12 to 15 around the gas station itself. And the helicopter in the air has attracted quite a bit of attention. You see dozens of zombies begin to slowly peel off from where they were and begin shuffling towards the helicopter.
So we're gonna assume we're gonna drop our shit out that we need to hook this thing up as quickly as possible. Get on the ground and then ask him to circle around somewhere nearby so that he can see when we're ready, but not directly above us. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Otherwise, they're all going to congregate straight to us.
Yeah, you can do that.
You know, just slightly off to the side from us.
But in mind, it will take a number of minutes to begin, setting up the rigging, and even then, you still have the It's sideways, the tanker's sideways, and the cab of the truck is also sideways. It's attached to the tank. Got overturned. The cab got pretty roughed up. Looks like some zombies may have broken through the windows and pulled out whatever delectable meats were in it at one point.
It's fine. We can ride it and drive out of here.
Right, you'd first have to righten the vehicle.
Hmm.
Yeah, with that in mind, Ace will allow you folks to disembark and.
Do we first want him to try to, like, if we could hook the side of the cab and he could help lift it, maybe we could get it back up a bit easier with that?
That's certainly possible.